Oh, dear silly masculine. I know that about now you are shaking your head in a combination of frustration and amusement, more so at your own silly ways than anything else, though I know that I am an adorable imp, and that as your divine feminine, I have a way of reaching you that no one else has ever been able to achieve. And believe me, it's taken some time for me to recognize my own power in that way, and to be able to exercise that power without attachment to the outcomes at hand, and to do it in such a joyful faith that I know when acting there is no way the universe will do anything other than what I most believe that it will. And so yes, I wholeheartedly own and admit that I willed you to wake up. Though, let me be clear, this is a lesson, my dear, that I learned in the beginning, that I know that you are also learning as you wonder, did I put a spell on you because you're mine? You did grant me such permissions, blanket consent in the past. Could I have possibly enchanted you? Oh, dear masculine, never. Never. The irony is not because I couldn't, and even not because I haven't thought about it, but because, masculine, for me, that is not what a divine feminine does. It is also not love. And I genuinely want, not just want, I am the kind of feminine who values voluntary love. A love of genuine want, not of the kind of need that you and I and those we know have been used to, where it feels like if you don't have someone next to you at all times, whether they're good for you or not, that somehow you are lesser, or that you ought to find someone new. Not the kind of love where you make a vow and no matter how horrible and karmic it becomes, that you hold on and on and on. Not the kind of love where you have forced someone to come back to you. Especially considering, dear masculine, we both know that it's true, that I could do that. And it would not require any cauldrons or potions or charms or any of the absurdities that I'm sure have gone through your lengthy imagination. Though I do not value that kind of love. I do not see that as love. I see that as control and limerence and infatuation and lust. And while there is such a great value to lust, when it is combined with unconditional love, even that is not necessary. The irony of which, another lesson that I learned, is that when you no longer need something is when you have earned it and when you have it. And so, dear masculine, the first lesson is that we are doing this together. And that whether I say that I did this or you did that, the truth is that we both did it. I have looked again and again through our past and our present and looked into our future, and I know you have been doing the same. And if you really look at the spiral cycles there within, you will see, dear masculine, that we are co-creating this. And isn't that delicious? there are many lessons that can be learned from our own confessions, more to ourselves than to others, though definitely when thinking about how to share our vulnerabilities with another, the irony of which sometimes all you have to do is write it out 100 times, 100 different ways, and even if you decide never to send it, you still ascended just in writing it, just in allowing yourself to feel it. And dear masculine, I told you, and you can laugh at me if you want, but I don't have to spy on you. I don't have to work spells. I don't have to do anything. We have a deep heart connection that creates the telepathy between us. And I know that just as I talk to you and write to you every day and every night, that you also spend your time in secret moments writing to me, attempting to tell me what you wanted to in the beginning, before Spirit took you through the funhouse and the roller coasters and the earth shakes of your own shadows and mine. And I know that you are still a little afraid of thinking of yourself as divine, and that is fine. We have time. As much as we need, my love. Lifetimes, even. And as I have said before, and feel more now than ever, there is no need to fear me. For I am just enjoying being free and loving me and loving you in all the infinite ways there are to. And showing you yourself and reminding you who you are. And just holding that space. For dear masculine, another lesson that came to me more recently was that it is not my job to make you see. It is not my job to be concerned with the 3D things that you and others have concerned yourselves with. It is only my pleasure. It's not even an obligation. It is a pleasure to hold within my heart and soul and mind the divine masculine that you have always been and are now and are becoming. The man who shines within. And to simply sit in that space, knowing who you really are, and not worrying about when or why or how you will become the you you've always really been. And not worrying about doing too much or too little. Not worrying about whose fault old cycles were, or how things will manifest in the future. Just to sit and know who I am, and know who you are, and when the moments are right, to enjoy the divine delight of playing with my divine counterpart and observing him learning to seek within and becoming and owning that he is my divine masculine.